It says, "Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven." And that's a big one. We all need the forgiveness. Okay, all the debt we have accumulated throughout all our lives. Matter of fact, all the lives aside, all the debt we accumulated just in this life alone, we need that forgiveness. Okay, so the only way for us to get forgiveness is for us to forgive. Okay, so if you look at the gospel and the teachings of Yahushua, everything boils down to treat people how you want Yahweh Shemi Shai to treat you. That's what everybody. That's what everything pretty much boils down to. Okay. It says, "Give and it shall be given unto you." See, give and it shall be given unto you. So if you're giving out, good, right? What's going to come back to you? Good. Watch this. This is Proverbs 26 and 27. "Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return upon him. Whosoever is diggeth a pit shall fall into it." So that's simple. Okay, the things that we're pushing out is going to be the things that we getting back. Okay, you digging a pit, a trap for somebody, you're going to fall into it, right? If you're giving out blessings, mercy, love, compassion, you're giving that out. That's what you're going to get back. Okay, a lot of Jake think is it's open season on certain people. Okay, or it's open season on people who are asleep, or it's open season on the heathen. One, anybody who's asleep, they can still wake up. Not only that, they're still Israelites, so the law still applies to them. That's one. Two, nobody knows who the you can't for sure pinch your finger on and say, okay, this guy's a heathen, right? You can't do it. It can't be done. Okay, because we know that one, our people are more our people have fallen more wicked than Esau. Okay, you can find Jakes right now who likes to eat raw meat, right? You can find Jakes right now who likes to hunt. Every trait on Esau, right? Jakes, there's Jakes who are down with it, right? Not saying that that isn't the trait to Esau, but our people have adapted the ways of the heathen. Okay. Matter of fact, watch this. John 8 and verse 44, it says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So again, you have Yahushua telling the Israelites, right, that they're the father, they're of the devil. He wasn't calling them heathen. He was saying they're taking the customs of the heathen. They're taking the customs of Esau. Okay, he wasn't calling them actual heathen. Okay, so that's why you can't exactly pinpoint who's Israelite and who's not, strictly based on the things of the heathen. Okay, now we know that Esau, the so-called white person, the Hamites are the Africans, etc., 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 right? But I don't mean like that. I mean like to actually pick out a single person and say, okay, this is definitely a heathen. Can't be done. Okay, can't be done. Nobody here has that power. And the Lord, he wouldn't even give anybody that power. Because what would Jakes do? Jakes would do what they're doing now. Uh, Coming down on a heathen, right? Putting them down. When the Lord, the Lord didn't even do that when he came here. He wasn't shitting on the heathen. When Yahushua was walking the earth, he wasn't shitting on the heathen, right? He didn't treat them crazy. It's another thing they teach you when you're growing up. Outside of treat people how you want to be treated. There's another thing they said. It was if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. And that was pretty much the vibration Yahushua was running at. He would not say nothing to a heathen, rather than try to talk crazy to him. For what? They didn't even matter. Okay. The only thing that mattered to Yahushua knew he had a limited amount of time. Okay. So the only thing that mattered to him was pushing out the gospel, trying to teach his disciples so they can continue on his mission. Okay. Trying to set good examples. It says, matter of fact, watch this. This is Luke chapter 9 and verse 53. And they did not receive him because his face was as though he would go to Jerusalem. And when the disciples James and John saw this, they said, Lord, wert thou that we command fire to come down from heaven and consume them, even as Elias did? But he turned and rebuked them and said, ye know not what manner of spirit ye are of. For the Son of Man has not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them. So, his disciple, James and John, his brothers, right? They asked, are you going to consume, are you going to bring down fire like Elijah did to consume these people since they don't want to walk with us? And he said, no, you don't, this is not what we came here for, okay? We didn't come here for all that. And these are two of his disciples who he had to rebuke on the matter, okay? So Yahushua, he understood that he only had a certain amount of time, and he really, really wanted to get his core group of guys right. So when he leave, everything will be set in place, okay? That's why he had to rebuke Peter, right? He had to get things set up so when he left, everything would be good, okay? There was, a matter of fact, it was a situation where Ananias had to basically put on one of John the Baptist's disciples, right? Had to give them a better breakdown, or even more in-depth breakdown on the gospel, okay? But that was only able to happen because they were brought up under the right teachings of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, okay? Not saying John had it wrong, but John didn't get the complete thing. John was only set up to basically to pave the way for Yahushua, right? Yahushua he actually brought the gospel to preach, okay? But I say that to say that Yahushua, he didn't want to waste his time on people who didn't want to get down with this, okay? But the people he knew needed it, he was giving it out, okay? And the people who didn't, he was praying for them. It says,